of rain, my brother collects the water that comes from the roof after rain, during the rain, and then it's enough for him to fill the pool because the water evaporates a lot
from the pool.
Yeah, so he has to be replacing.
Right.
So he replaces with the water from the rain.
From the rain. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Elci, you look so beautiful. You've got like white specks all over your face.
Really?
You look like a handy woman.
Not a problem.
You're so beautiful, Elci.
I don't want to look like a lazy woman.
You're definitely not lazy, if that's one thing I can say about you. I've got tons of things to say about you, but we'll just leave it at that for now. You're not at all lazy.
Love you.
I love you too. So this area behind Elci will be the concrete patio surrounding the swimming pool. We're going to preserve all these trees, so none of these trees are going to be cut. You've got a coconut tree right here. You've got a huge mango tree right there. I mean, it's huge. And every December, because we're in the southern hemisphere, every December it generates tons of very, very sweet mangoes. We're thinking of putting a net underneath the tree at a slant so that the mangoes that fall from the tree, instead of falling in the swimming pool, they fall in the net and roll off to the hill back there, which we can then collect and donate to kids in the area. As you can hear, the neighborhood has plenty of roosters and chicken and stuff like that running around. Plenty of wild dogs as well. Right, Elci?
Yes, a lot.
Here are the roofing tiles, and these are solid, unlike the asphalt shingles back home that you need to replace every 15, 20, 25 years. These things are going to last for a very long time. We have tons and tons of parrots here, and I love it. So there's one thing that I've immediately noticed about people who work in Brazil. There's a Brazilian word called gambiarra. It means that you make do with whatever you have. You know, you don't necessarily have to go run to Lowe's or Home Depot, which, by the way, you don't have them here. You just got small stores that sell stuff, specialized stores. So if you're looking for something specific, you've got to go to a store that specializes in that. But there's a lot of examples of gambiarra. For example, this scaffolding, as you can see, is just a wood, a wire, kind of a job, versus something you might expect to see in Europe or the US or Canada. It would be probably a metal scaffolding like, say, this. So this is a huge mango tree on the land where the house is being built. This land and this tree sits on Elci's land. I remember as a young boy in India, my grandfather had a farm, and he had a bunch of these large mango trees, just like this one. And one day my cousin, his name is Lali and I decided to grab a couple of buckets, put ice in the buckets, climb up to one of these trees and pack up 2 buckets with beautiful mangoes that you could suck on. In India they're called langra. I believe that's what they're called. You can literally suck on them. You make a hole at the top and then you suck on the mango. It's like eating mango pulp. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 is great, but when you have a bucket full, well, what happens soon after that is you get the shits. So we were kids wearing shorts, so I remember, and the walk back home was like a mile or so from the farm to the house. And I remember Lolly walking back home and he got the shits. He literally had shit pouring down his legs as he was walking home and flies buzzing around. It was Lolly's now 60 years old. He's a year younger than me, but this story that I'm telling you is from when we were maybe 8 or 9 years old. Imagine, it's been more than 50 years. So the property has well water, and this tank is big enough not only for Elci's brother's house, which is there, but also big enough for the house that we're putting together right there. Eventually I can see us having a tank like this behind our house being built as well, and this could become a small house with the bathroom being the area that's already there being the bathroom, and then building a bedroom and a kitchen off of it, and it becomes like a small beach bungalow with terraces that can be rented out because the beach is so close by. You know, I'll give you some advice about coconuts. This place has a ton of coconut trees, and the one thing you don't want to be doing is be caught off guard when a coconut decides to fall. Because, you know, these coconuts are about this big and they're heavy. And from that height, when they fall, they hit the ground with a big thump. You can actually feel them hit the ground, and you can hear them rustling through the leaves and hitting the grass on the ground. If you're around coconut trees, don't stand underneath them. Amen. Amen. Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Okay. Not fish.
No.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And then, what's this?
Flower.
Oh man, let me tell you something else here. This is really bad. This is really bad. Hold on one second. Let me tell you how bad it is. It's horrible. Hold on one second. It's so horrible I got another bite. Oh. I love Brazil, Elci. Eu amo Brazil. Obrigado.